Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. I think we are live. Let me see the chat. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Can someone in the chat? Oh, where's the chat? Oh, dang it. Hello, hello, hello. Looks like we are live. Hello, hello. Are we live? I think so. Oh boy. Hello, hello. Where's the picture? Okay, thank you. Can you see my screen? I can't seem to see my screen. How's my audio today? Hopefully it's better. How's my audio today? Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't see the picture. Is it streaming? I don't see a picture. It says error occurred, please try again. What the fuck does that mean? Come on. Do you guys see an error message or do you see my picture? Oh, that is weird. Oh well. YouTube stream is okay, I'm assuming you guys can see my picture. Okay, thank you for that. All right, we're gonna start recording now. 3, 2, 1, action. Microphone check. Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. My name is Chris Legaspi, and welcome to this special Draw with Chris live stream. We're back on YouTube. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Today, we are going to talk about figure composition and drawing. I'm going to pick up where we left off with the previous stream on figure drawing, and I'll show you what the thumbnail looks like in the reference as well. In that previous stream, I went over in detail the compositional process for when we're doing a life drawing, when we're drawing a figure from the model, which is a wonderful, wonderful practice. And so today I'm going to develop that drawing as much as I can live on camera. No guarantees though, because I'm going to try to keep this under an hour. And normally I talk for 50 minutes and draw for 10 minutes. So, you know, if you've seen my streams, don't get very far on the drawing, but I will try, I promise. So thank you for being here. So before we begin, I just want to shout out the 10X Drawing Challenge. So this year is my 10-year anniversary on YouTube. So thank you for those of you who found me on YouTube or who watch my YouTube videos. I really appreciate you. And thank you to those who have been here with me from the beginning. I know some of you old timers remember way back my very first YouTube videos, which were quite terrible. But I really appreciate you watching today or on replay. So the 10X Drawing Challenge is really an opportunity for us to draw together, to put in some hours together, to level up together. It's really more about putting in some work and interacting with the community. I know one of the biggest challenges as an artist is that you spend way too much time by yourself. You know, comment below if you're guilty. I know I am. And especially with the last 2 years, a lot of us have been forced to stay home and be alone and not go to school and things. So I figured this would be a great opportunity for us to get some accountability, and we'll get some work in. And all you have to do to take part in the challenge is go to the Draw with Chris Discord. So if you're a subscriber to my email list, you'll already have the Discord invitation. But what I'm going to do now is for normally the Discord is private. I do screen people. It's not for everybody. I only allow the We only want the hardworking and positive folks in the Discord. So it is a bit of a private community, but I'm opening it up for just for this challenge. So the Discord link will be in the description, actually, if you'd like to join. And where is it? And this is what the Discord looks like. So look at all of the entries we got already. Wow, thank you so much. Yuka Fox, Beautiful Skull, Barbara, Jazzy here, Hit Snap. So we got a ton of folks, new people, old school people, Chin, is one of the longtime members here, and people are just posting their work for the challenge, getting in that work, getting in that mileage, and supporting each other. So this is a really great thing that's happening here. So all you have to do is go to the link in the description, or you can subscribe to my email list if you haven't already. Make sure to visit the drawwithchris.com, and there you can enter your email. If you go to the downloads page, you can enter your email there, and then you could see some of the other I have lots of free resources available to email subscribers. It's all free. You just you'll get all of this stuff directly to your email inbox, so it's pretty cool. If you like my work, you'll definitely want to subscribe to my free insiders email list, www.drawwithchris.com. So let's get started. I'm going to I should close some windows. Oh, there it is. Looks a little dark today. This is not today's drawing. The reference is going to look tiny. It looks so tiny, huh? Oh, if you are watching live and you want to draw along with me, the reference is in the Discord already. So make sure you click on the Discord and join there. It's under Stream Room Chat. I do live streams in the Discord. So if you like these live streams, you definitely want to join. That's just another reason to be a part of the community. And okay, let's get started here. I'm going to start recording. Let me quickly say hello to the chat. I got the chat window open. Thank you all for being here. We have Draw, Sleep, Repeat, hello. CK Moore, hello. And Corey, hello. Bubble Gum, thank you for being here. Ray from Indonesia, welcome. Pete, welcome. I believe this is Pete from San Diego. RV Sanchez, hello. Hello, hello. TK Zim, Mark Castillo, Greg Parler, hello, Greg. Greg is in my coaching program. Oh, so is Dutch. And welcome, Dutch. Pete. That is OG Pete from San Diego. So Pete has been, Pete has known me since my very first YouTube video 10 years ago. Astrid, welcome. Thank you for being here. Astrid, I do have a community manager now. Astrid on the Discord, she's making sure everything's running in the background. Oh, Manny's here. Ahmed from Detroit and Yemen, welcome. Richard and Luke, hello, hello. Oh, we have a Chinese speaker. Hello, I can't read your name, sir, or ma'am. Welcome. Shalas from India, welcome. Wow. Okay, guys, I'm gonna start the recording. Okay, 3, 2, 1, action. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is, so this is the reference here. I know it's a little small. I do have a big version for the screen. And so in the previous live stream, I went through the compositional process. That one goes into detail, the process. So this is the thumbnail I came up with. And I'm going to try to execute the thumbnail, really. That's all we're going to do. It's basically a drawing demo. And then I'll kind of talk through the compositional process. And this is something that I learned from, I first got exposed to this from Sergio Sanchez. Comment below if you know who he is. I know some of you do. I think Pete does. Pete from San Diego knows Sergio. Maybe. He's one of the greatest Riley stylists in California. Learned from Mark Westermo. So I'm going to put this here. And then I'm going to put this reference here. What do you guys think? Is that better? You want that or this, the picture? This is probably better for you guys, huh? You have the reference there. All right, so I got my little thumbnail. So I guess I got to work here. Let me move this out of the way. It's kind of in my way. But this is exactly what Sergio taught me. And then when I went to LAFA, the Los Angeles Academy of Figurative Art, it's a school that kind of evolved from Mark Westermo's Associates in Art School. It's basically a school where they carried on the tradition of the Riley system and applied it to the Los Angeles Hollywood entertainment art industry. And so there they have many, many life drawing studios. And if you look on the wall, you'll see many, many world-class life drawings from the past decade or so, and they all have these stuck on them. They all have the little thumbnail stuck on them. So this is cool. It's one of these small things, you know. I always say my information is the best information, and I can say that because none of it is mine. Really what I'm doing is I'm handing down the tradition. So those of you who are new to me or new to Riley system or realistic drawing, what you're learning from me is really you're inheriting knowledge way back that comes from Europe, actually. So that's all I'm doing is I'm handing down the tradition, and this is part of it. So this is like really, really cool that this small drawing represents history. And in fact, what we're doing represents a bit of history. We are kind of taking a bit of the American realist life drawing tradition, and we're bringing it online to the digital world. So, you know, when I was first learning life drawing, comment below, all you old folks like me. Basically, anyone older than 35 remembers life before the internet. When you wanted to learn life drawing, we didn't have YouTube live streams back then. We didn't have Nomon. We didn't have New Masters. You didn't have big YouTubers like Proco. All we had was Barnes and Noble, our college bookstore, and that's it. So this is quite a treat. Anyway, let's. I promised I wouldn't talk so much, but it's just a lot of fun to be here. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. This YouTube is cool, you know. When the technology works, it's very, very useful, obviously. There, I'm going to try to get my paper. Okay, here we go. Wait, hold on a second. Clip. Sorry for the noise. I gotta clip my, if you hear some background noise because I have a fan blowing on me, forgive me. Okay, I'm really ready now. Promise. Let's see, I think I'm gonna do this in pencil first. I'm going to do this in graphite. Oh, no, I'm debating whether to use, I really don't want to use long needle pencil. It's the sharpening is just so annoying. Okay, anyway. Just don't like sharpening too much. Man, this paper's puffy now. All right, so got my thumbnail. Got the model in front of us. So what I'm doing is, I know I'm drawing from a photo, but this is this picture is from a drawthis.com live stream. So shout out to NMA and drawthis.com. We're going to simulate life drawing here. So pretend like we're life drawing together. I know we're not, but we would be. Who here watching has been to a life drawing recently with a model, not from a photo, with a real live model in person? Comment below. Comment below if you have been to a life drawing lately, within the last month or so. If you have been, I'm very jealous of you. That would be awesome. I recently moved to a more, I live in Thailand now for the last 5 years actually. And I recently moved to an area that's not a big city, you know what I mean? I used to live in the capital city, and there it's very easy to set up a life drawing. Now I live in a more remote area, so I'm gonna do life drawing soon here. Actually, the model's too big now. The number one thing is placement. Placement right now. So I'm going to try to talk through my process. So right here. Oops, right here. Sorry, right here. Oh, you can't read that. Doesn't matter. Placement. That says placement. Placement. So what I'm doing now is placement. I got to. So this is my pretend canvas here. I have to put it in the right place. Put the figure in the right place. Otherwise, it will. I'll have a bad day. Because generally, especially when you're doing a finished drawing, you really only have one shot at placement. Everything else you can kind of move around, but the whole thing you have to make sure it's in the right place. So that takes time, unfortunately. So it's not that exciting to watch, I know. So placement. I did it again. So I need to know size. How big, really, that's my main concern. How big am I going to make it relative to the paper? So I already kind of have a rough idea. This aspect ratio is wrong, though. Obviously, I won't be, well, it's not wrong. It's too vertical. So what I'm going to do is, I got to get the size right first. So let's see. I think that's better. There's an angle, and then the base. So the base will be some fabric. And I'm gonna switch pencil soon. I just don't like. I like these for life drawing when I'm not recording. It's just when you're recording, you have, it's a little more difficult to draw properly. You have a big camera in your face. I got a bunch of audio equipment in my face. Because normally when I life draw, when I'm not drawing on camera, I literally do this all the time. I move the paper. I would have this in my lap, right? I'm sure many of you watching are like me. When you go to life drawing, you have the 18 by 24 You have the big drawing pad with the drawing board. You put it in your lap and you sit in the chair. So I'm constantly moving all the time. I move, I stand up, I sit down. So when you're on camera, you have to you have to be very still. Obviously, it's not natural for me anyway. So I think I will switch to a proper pencil when I can. I think I'm going to use a colored pencil, Prismacolor if I can, because I can sharpen. So I just need basically the rough proportions, the rough angles. So I know that my shape is correct. Right? I know I'm drawing very light, but there's a slight envelope here. If you look carefully, you can see it. Trust me, it's there. You can see a envelope, which is a graphic shape that contains the figure or the object, whatever it is. So in figure, it's typically good to have a little envelope, and then you can see what's going on here. Oh shoot, I forgot my water. So this angle is quite important for my story. So I kind of have to get the angle of her torso right. In the last video, I talked about how I injected story and emotion to the composition, which is a big part of it's a big part of composition. Really, is the communication of larger ideas, stories, themes, emotions. So that's something I'm thinking about now, is making sure that her angle is right. It looks okay, yeah, for now. I can move forward. And the stick. So the stick is really nice. It's helping me gauge my shape, my envelope. Okay, so it's starting to come to make some sense. I'm still thinking about placement. What I'm doing now is I'm giving myself more information. You see, I'm starting to add a little bit more information, so I know, oh, okay, the proportion is right, the shape, and then I can gauge the proportion of this chair she's sitting on, and then I could look back at my paper and go, okay, am I on the right track? Right now, I'm looking at this. I'm thinking I'm on the right track. Because if this was literally my paper, I mean, obviously I'm drawing on a big paper for the purpose of this video. But if this was literally my paper, I really have to be careful now, because now is the time to correct any mistakes. If I look at this, I go, okay, well, it's too far to the left. If it's too far to the left, it'll throw your composition off really hard. So if it is in the wrong placement, if the placement is off now, I would have to erase and then move, which is fine. I didn't lose too much time and energy. So that is part of the process. Um, so I have to be really careful now with the contour and everything. And I also don't want to make too many marks. You know, this is cheap newsprint paper, so it doesn't take a lot of abuse. But even if it was nice paper, you know, you generally don't want to mark your paper. And you notice why I'm only drawing with the side, very gentle. You're not seeing me do this with the point yet, because obviously if you draw with the point, you have a chance to make a permanent mark in the paper. So you definitely also want to be aware of the paper, especially if you're using nice paper. If you're doing this, but most likely if you're at the life drawing, you're doing these on newsprint, which is awful paper. It's great paper, but it doesn't last, obviously. I remember the first time I was exposed to Riley system in California in the US. I would go to these, these ateliers and these private art academies that taught Riley system. And you would look on the wall and you would see on the wall, they would show awesome life drawings, right? From their teachers and teachers that came before. And you would see amazing world-class life drawings. They probably spent 3, 4, 5 hours on them at the minimum. And they would be all on this yellow, ugly 2-year-old newsprint. Comment below if you know what I'm talking about. Those of you who have been in these academic life drawing rooms and they post old school life drawings, you'll see the most amazing, you'll see jaw-dropping, unbelievable life drawings that are slowly being destroyed because they're drawn on newsprint. It's kind of sad and tragic in a way, but whatever. I'm sure those artists don't mind. Probably the artists who drew them don't mind, because they, in a way, it's still a practice drawing, really, in a lot of ways. Life drawing is meant to be practice. If Pete is here, Pete from San Diego, I'm sure he's seen this many times. I believe Pete, obviously in San Diego, he's been to Watts's life drawings many times. And I spent a lot of time in Hollywood, so I've seen their life drawing rooms, and the level of life drawings you see that are turning yellow and slowly disintegrating because they're on newsprint is jaw-dropping. You'd be like, wow, I can't believe they drew that incredible drawing on cheap paper. But whatevs, that's part of life, it's how we do things. See, the proportion of this leg is very annoying. Something's not right. I'm looking at the shape. You see that negative space? The negative space looks right. This leg feels it feels too long already. I don't know. But anyway, I do have margin for error here, so that's good. Okay, I think I know what's wrong. The angle was wrong. Let's see. I do have a bit of margin of error for her legs anyway. A lot less in her face, obviously. I'm giving myself information on her face. So I need to know now, is the head in the right place, in the right size? It looks like it's not. At first glance, it's close, but something doesn't feel right. I'm not quite sure what it is, but I'll give it a shot. And I do have ability to redesign her neck too. It doesn't have to be perfect. I can redesign the tilt. In fact, that's what I want to do. I kind of want to suggest a bit more of a tilt. So I'm okay with that. She's looking up. Right now the model's looking up and to the right, so her head is kind of tilted up. I want to see if I could downplay the tilt. I do want to represent what I see, and I don't want to... Okay, so this is going to take a while. Man, I forgot how long these took. I'm starting to remember how long this takes now. Like, geez. So this will probably take an hour. If I was at a life drawing, what you're watching will take me an hour. I'm very slow and careful at this stage because to me, the rendering is very fast because if the lighting is good, and the model has nice muscles or whatever, the rendering comes very fast. Because typically in a life drawing, the lighting is beautiful. You have that single source academic lighting. So the light and shadow is really clear. Everything just looks great. So the rendering, the shading, the fun stuff is easy. Well, not easy, but it's goes quickly. But this is the hard work. The composition is the hard work. And really what I'm doing now is I'm executing the composition. And the beginning is always hard. It's not fun. This is not fun, really. I'm actually quite annoyed. I really don't like this stage because you have to get the proportions right and you have to measure and do all this stuff. It's very annoying for me. I don't like it. So it's probably not that much fun to watch. I'll try to make it entertaining. Or not, I don't know. See, like this wrist and this hand, that needs help. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with that. It needs to be resolved. I'm just like, I don't want to deal with it. It's very annoying. It's just not fun. This part's not fun. It's a lot of labor. I'm sure it's not fun to watch. Maybe if you're drawing along with me, I don't know. But it's necessary, What are you going to do? It's absolutely necessary. We can't get to the fun stuff until this is done. I guess it's like eating the vegetables, right? We can't get to the ice cream until we eat the broccoli. Unless you're like me, you like eating the broccoli. But yeah. And, when you're brand new, I know for sure, for me, when I was just starting out life drawing, when I first learned this kind of drawing, I went over this step very quickly. I was like, I want to get to the shading right now. I don't want to do this hard work. I want to do the shading now. I want to do that sexy Riley method shading now. Don't make me wait for it, Chris. Get to the shading. I didn't sign up for this boring crap. I wanted to watch you do shading stuff. I'm trying, man. I'm trying to get there. I swear, I am. I'm going to get there, I swear. You got to get through this. You got to get through this stuff. See, like this knee needs to be resolved. It's not right. The angle's, something's wrong with the angle. But then to resolve the knee, I got to make sure this relationship is right. It's like, oh my God. Right, to get this wrist to look right, I got to make sure the shoulder's right. I can't draw the wrist until the shoulder's right, and I can't draw the shoulder until the angle is right. And if I do that, then I have to adjust the head. So this wrist has like 1, 2, 3, 4 components. You know what I mean? It's like, it's madness. It's madness. So anyway, sorry guys, this is going to take a while. Okay, I'm going to take a little break here. I forgot how laborious this is. Okay. Sorry, I know I'm venting a little bit. Sorry. I just got quickly reminded why this is so hard. Yeah, part of it is hard. It's just the accuracy part is hard. Oh yeah. The design of this knee is really ugly. It's bothering the hell out of me. It's really bothering me. I think also too, because I'm recording, I can't step away. Right now I would step away and then problem solve. I'm very close to it right now, which is not helping at all. You know, I'm right on top of the drawing. This is not the place to do. Okay, that's a little better. That's a little better. I gotta do something with this wrist. This wrist is so ugly. Okay, that's a little better. That's a little better. I'm just gonna redesign the wrist to make it suit my drawing, because the wrist in the picture is kind of boring. Okay, so that's better. Better. So now I locked in the wrist, the forearm, the elbow. So now I have to check, okay, I just made a change. Now I got to see the relationship of this tiny wrist to 1, 2, 3 other things, and potentially 4. And really, this wrist affects the proportion of the legs, right? Believe it or not. If I make this wrist too long, too small, too wide, too high, too low, then I got to reevaluate all this stuff I just did, including this thing, which I'm really trying to avoid. So it's like, sorry guys. I know you probably signed up. Those of you who are new are probably thinking, man, I thought I was going to see shading action. Those of you who have been with me for a while, you understand, okay, well, this is the laborious stuff that you really can't ignore, unfortunately. Those of you who are new, you just kind of have to sit with me. Anyone who's been life drawing less than 1 year, you haven't felt the pain yet. Once you get your first year of life drawing, then you will understand what's going on now. Because this is it's a bit painful, really. For me, anyways. It's not fun. It kind of hurts. I have to do a lot of thinking. It's like 60% drawing and 40% intellectual. So lots of thinking, a lot less drawing. See, I like this hand. So what I'm doing now is like I want to get this part over with so badly. I'm just redesigning the reference. I'm redesigning the hand, redesigning the wrist. I'm like, you know what? Screw you. I just want to get to the drawing part. Man. Okay, I'm almost there, I swear. Almost there, I swear. Okay, so I'm just evaluating this. I'm pretty happy. It looks okay. Even the head looks a little off, but I could make some moves. But now this looks good. Now I have to check this to the legs. So now I take a long, hard look. at the relationship of the upper body to the legs. It looks okay. It looks like I'm about 90% happy with it. I'm going to change the angle again. You see that? You see, I wasn't joking. I said, if I make changes to the wrist, I may have to make changes to the legs. You see that? And I was right. But that's good. You know, this is absolutely, I know I'm venting a little bit, I'm ranting a little bit, but this is absolutely necessary because one of the things that separates great drawings from average drawings is relationship. If your foot somehow relates to the hands, that is what makes great from good. A good drawing is a nice foot and a nice hand, and they're separate. A great drawing is a whole figure, right? The foot somehow relates to the hand, somehow. The foot relates to the face relates to the knee. You know what I mean? Those of you who have been with me for a while, you know what I'm talking about. I've said this to you probably 100 times. If you've ever had a critique from me, I'm sure I mentioned this to you. But, you know, I know I'm ranting, but this is absolutely necessary. I cannot move forward until the relationship of this wrist and the feet are working. You know what I mean? They have to work. They have to. So I have to, I have to, I know it's not that sexy yet, but the wrist and the hand have to work together because otherwise I won't be able to sleep at night. I won't be able to sleep at night if these two things, and it seems insignificant. It really does. The wrist seems very insignificant. The curve of this hand seems insignificant. The size and tilt of the head seems insignificant. But like I said, this will affect the feet. So I have to respect the relationships that's happening here. Since no other way around it, you got to put in the hard work. Man, this knee is really bothering me. I just don't know why. I really don't know why. So that means I'm just going to design it for my drawing. That's what I'm going to do. And see if that works. Oh, it is working. It is better. Oh, I think I know why. Because this knee is actually coming forward. And that's, okay, I got it now. I thought the position, I see. So what's happening is this knee, the model's, one of her knees is pointing inwards. This other knee is pointing outwards. You guys see that? You see how you see a little bit of the knee bone here? And this one, you don't see the kneecap, the patella at all. So that's what's happening here. So and I like that. In fact, I'm going to emphasize that now because that is subtle movement. So that is what separates great drawings from good drawings, is the subtlety to recognize that the position has importance. So what I'm doing now is I'm moving on to the next step, which is the 3D, right? So basically I've been doing 2D, 90% 2D. Now I have to address the 3D, the position. Position is, it's where it is in 3D space, right? Is it this? Is it this? Is it, right? That's position. So I have to describe the position of this leg and this leg now. So that's good. I'm slowly moving out of the boring, frustrating phase. Okay, so that looks pretty good. And that's why I was having such a hard time with the proportion. Because I thought, hey, the proportion's not right, but the shape is right. So all I have to do now is communicate the position. So this is an instance where oh, that looks so ugly. Something's still not right. Where the 2D, the shape is okay, but the position further clarifies the what I'm trying to do. Oh my God, that something's not right. Oh my God. And you see how it's it left a mark on the paper. That's a very it's part of life right there. What am I gonna do about this damn knee? So this is working. I can't believe I can't believe this knee is not working. Oh my God, that's not working. Oh. Let me try this. I'm cheating a little bit. Let me try this. Oh, that's so ugly to me. And that stuff, see, it's semi-permanent now. I could erase it, but I could still erase it actually. All right, so I'm gonna try to get this knee. I think the knee is the last part of the puzzle here. And it's not, the problem I am having is not the knee itself, but it's the knee in relation to the rest of the drawing. Because, I mean, obviously I can draw a knee by itself, no problem, but I need to draw, I need to get the angle right, the shape right, and the position. And it has to look good relative, oh my God. All right, so I got one check. So this should point to the patella. So I think my original guess was good. So I think that's right. I think that's right. And then that's right. Yeah, that was right. So, I don't, okay, it's right. Oh, I see. I think it's, oh, I see. So it's this angle. They're both at the same angle, which I don't want. And, oh my God. That angle. Okay, so that's the wrong angle. So this is at the wrong angle too, but I like this foot relative to the face. So this is working. Now I have to figure out how to get this to work with the rest of it. And I really just have to redesign it. That's really what I'm going to do now, is I'm just going to kind of draw it in a way that works for the drawing and not so much for the picture, from the reference. So I'm going to kind of find a medium. Okay, and that's it. That's it right there. See, I'm going to lose that overlap. I need this overlap. Ah, that's the whole thing. Oh my God. This is see, you're watching part of life on camera. This is the part that you normally don't see on videos. We edit this stuff out. Okay, I'm happy with that. I probably will. I am recording this on a separate camera, so if this replay is good, I will probably edit all of this stuff out because it's so not much fun to watch. All right, I really have to move forward because I've been spending way too long on this. I'm still not happy with it. Is it the foot? I think it's the heel. The heel, the foot. Oh, okay, maybe that's better. I don't know. Oh, that's better. That's better. Okay, so I'm gonna move forward now. It's okay for now. Stick is okay for now. I'm gonna see. Okay. Let's bring the reference back. Okay. Start recording. All right. So I'm going to move forward. I know I would take longer if I wasn't on a camera right now. I would walk away. I would use a mirror. The number one thing I need to do is use a mirror. If I had a mirror, I would step back, look in a mirror so I could see in reverse. I would probably fix this right away and step back 20 feet. But obviously, like I say many times, for the sake of this video, I have to move forward because I don't want this stream to be 3 hours long. It's already way too long. Let's go. Let's just keep going here. What do I got? What do I got here? Whew. See, I wasn't kidding. I spent about an hour on that thing. Oh, now her face is... I definitely don't have a likeness. Her face is... I made her very manly. Too manly. Okay. I'm going to try this pencil. I tried to use a colored pencil, but it's not working. So now I'm going to do shadow shape. So here we go, finally. Finally. So it is difficult when you're brand new, when you're starting out, and you first learning realistic life drawing. You know, the temptation to get to the shading is always there, always there. It's a very strong temptation because you see your teacher do it, you see the advanced students They do that sexy shading, and they're like, "Wow, I want to do that. I want to be just like them." But you don't, you don't understand that. To get there, they have to do that rigorous stuff that you just saw me do. The labor. It takes a lot of labor to set it up. But if you set it up properly, the shading is very simple. You see, now I'm basically following the architecture that I laid out. So all of that stuff I did was basically architecture. And now I could do this step with a lot of confidence and a lot of I can be very sure. I can be very sure about the step. Oh, I think the head's too small. What do you got? It is. It's too. I knew it. Man, I always make the head small. You see, that's crazy. I've been drawing for decades, literally 2 decades now. I still make the head too small. Unbelievable. You know what it is? It's because it's Western aesthetic. The Western aesthetic is to make, in the Western aesthetic, we like tall and long things. Aesthetic means what you think is beautiful or attractive, visually beautiful. So to us, tall and long figures are attractive. So I'm always making my figures long and tall. Oh my God, unbelievable. Okay, it's a little better. That's a little better. So obviously, if you're new, I'm doing the shadow shape process. That's really all I'm doing here. And if you do go to the life drawing, and you're lucky you have good lighting, this step will come very easily for you. Some of you who do go to life drawing, you may not have good lighting, which is very common, which means you won't know what I'm talking about here. But typically if you go to a proper life drawing session with real experts and realists, they will use academic light, which is basically one light source, and then you can see the shadow shapes more clearly. This one, the light is quite soft, it's quite diffused. I don't know why they did that, but normally at new masters they do very, 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 very nice lighting. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is man, figure drawing is hard. Jeez, I forgot how hard this was. Whew, I haven't done this in a while. Man, oh man, this is hard. Holy crap. My God, I used to do this sometimes I would do this twice a day. I don't remember how I did that. It's when you're young and motivated, I guess. Jeez. I used to go to life drawing twice a day, guys, sometimes. I would do this twice a day. Guys, comment below if you know Mark Westermo. Anyone watching here knows some of you do, I'm sure. So Mark Westermo was one of the most important figures in the Hollywood. Um, he's one of the people who helped to bring, or not bring, but he helped to spread this knowledge to California. Mark Westermo, specifically in Los Angeles. And he had he's one of the greatest, one of the greatest, one of the great American great artists and teachers. Anyway, Mark Westermo had a master's program, and they did life drawing 3 times a day. Can you imagine? That is 9 hours of life drawing. Holy shoot. They did 3 life drawings a day. I think 2 paintings and 2 life drawings in the daytime. And at night, they did a 3-hour painting from the model. 9 hours of life drawing. Imagine how good you will be if you did 9 hours of life drawing with a world-class expert for a year, 6 months, a year, 2 months, 2 years. Imagine how fast, how good, how quickly you will get. That's what Sergio Sanchez did. Sergio Sanchez was one of the first people that I met who exposed me to Riley system drawing. He was in Mark Westermo's program. And that's why he's where he is today. One of the reasons why he's world-class today. Wow. So anyway, this is hard, man. This is hard. My brain hurts. My back is starting to hurt. But my brain hurts more than my back. I was like, jeez, this is like, it's like, you got to be hardcore to do this. This is no joke. Now I know why people don't do it. Now I know. You know, every time I meet a new artist, a beginner student, someone starting out, I always say, oh, go to life drawing. Like, now I know why most of them don't do it. It's freaking hard. Jeez. Oh my goodness, this is hard labor. And this is a small drawing. Imagine if this was a proper 18 by 24 or bigger. Holy cow. Holy moly. You got a lot of labor to do. This is hard work. This is no joke. And the real academic guys, like the real academic tradition, they do these for months. Imagine doing a life drawing that takes 2.5 months or more. Imagine how good your eye will be. That's why those guys, their eye is so good, because they're staring at the same pose for 2 months. Wow. That is intense. Anyway, life drawing is no joke. Jeez. I really need to do more of it, because I think it's just, I'm getting tired because I haven't done it in a while. Obviously, it's like any muscle or workout. You're going to get tired the first time you do it, right? If you've never went to the gym or did exercise, you know, your first month is going to be hellish. You're going to be very tired and you're going to want to quit. But after 2-3 months, you build up a tolerance, you get stronger. So I think that's what's happening here. I just like, whew, I haven't done this in a while, so it's quite tiring. All right, we are really close, guys. We're getting there. I swear. So now I have to design the fabric. Pause for a minute here. Okay, we're about 1 hour in. I'm going to end the stream soon, I swear. So we're about 1 hour in. I see in the chat, thank you all for the comments. I'm going to look over your comments soon. I don't want this stream to be 2 hours long. So I'm going to get back to work here, and then I will answer your questions. Thank you for the comments, though. All right, let's get back to work here. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to design the fabric. So the fabric has a horizontal pattern. It's in my thumbnail, so that's part of my design. In the first composition lesson, I talked about why the horizontal stripes support my story. So I do have a story, I do have a narrative here that I want to tell. So now I have to be careful, right? I can't just blindly copy, right? Comment below if you have heard me say that to you. Anybody who's got a critique from me knows you've heard this from me. I said, don't blindly copy the model. Stop and think. Is the model, is the reference, does it serve my drawing, or do I need to design? So here, I'm going to design the fabric, right? The fabric has a horizontal pattern. I don't have to copy it at all. I can design it. I can play with it. I can keep some of it, right? The shapes that are working, I definitely can keep. The shapes that don't support my story, I can edit, I can omit, I can take out, I can redesign. So that is part of the composition process. And someone asked, I think yesterday on a live stream, someone made a good comment. They said, oh, how do you know what details to keep and what details to leave out? The answer is here. The answer is think about your story first. So this thing, if you didn't see the last live stream, I spent an hour on this, on the composition, on the story, on the values, on the narrative, on the theme, on the emotions. So I have a clear game plan here for what I would argue is more important than the execution, is the story, the theme, the narrative, the emotion, the idea. So now, how do I know what stripes to keep on the fabric and what stripes to leave out? I'm going to keep what supports my story. I'm going to keep what supports my narrative, and what doesn't, I'm going to edit out. So that's really the answer. The answer is here. The answer is think about your composition first, and then the details will sort themselves out. Then your decisions on the details will come easy. You'll know, like, okay, well, some of these wrinkles in the folds I don't really need, so I just leave them out. Some of these stripes on this fabric I don't really need, so I'll edit them out, which will probably make your drawing better anyway. Generally, things you leave out make your drawing better anyway. Most people, including me, I'm guilty of this too. You just kind of add. You add. Detail, add. I see detail, I'm going to add detail. No, that's not how you do it. That's not how experts do it. That's how the beginners do it. When you're more advanced, you are more thoughtful. Think first. Think, and then draw. So that's a good saying, is think times 2, draw times 1. How about that? That's my new motto for 2022. Think twice, draw once. There you go. You're welcome. And I'm old too. So I'm old now, I'm in my 40s. And the older you get, the more thoughtful you get. It's very strange. When I was in my 20s, when I first learned this stuff in my 20s and 30s, I don't do a lot of thinking. I just, draw, right? Mileage, hours. I just do this, and I don't really think, shading, hatching, shading, right? Now I do this. Now I think 4 times, right? The older I get, I think 4 times before I make a mark. I go, like this, right? This opening like this opening in her leg, right? In the bikini in the swimsuit, right? It seems insignificant, but I'm thinking about it. I'm like, what do I do with this opening, right? So that's an example where you do eventually want to get thoughtful. I know if you're watching this and you're new and you're young, or you're maybe you're not young but you're new and you're excited and you're like, oh, I want to learn that cool Riley shading stuff. So you don't think, you just draw. But yeah, the thinking is something that you eventually want to start to cultivate, is to be more thoughtful and less impulsive. And you'll see if you draw, if you're fortunate enough to be able to watch an expert like those of you who live in LA, you're lucky, or you live in a big capital. You know, I got to watch Mark Westermo draw many times. He draws very slow. He's like, yeah, Mark Westermo. You know, he when I knew him, he was in his 60s, but you know, and he was in his 40s when he was becoming famous. So he draws very slow. He does a lot of thinking. He's very, very thoughtful. So anyway, let's see, where am I at here? I'm gonna pause the recording. So I'm gonna pausing the recording, take a little break. So now I'm gonna evaluate. So the next step is I have to fill my masses, right? So that's the next step. This bicep. Okay, I'm gonna turn the camera back on. All right, guys, so the next step is I'm going to fill in the masses according to my game plan. So imagine if I didn't do a thumbnail. Like, this is another question too, is I get this question a lot. I go, oh, Chris, I spent 10 hours on a life drawing, like you told me to. What do I do with the background? I'm like, I don't know. You should have thought of that 10 hours ago. You know, I mean, I don't say that, but I'm thinking in my mind, it's like the time to think about what to do with the back. If you ask me, Chris, what do I do with the background? My answer is, okay, did you spend 10, 20, 30 minutes, an hour on the composition? Probably not. That's when you figure out what to do with the background. So I did that. It took, like I said, this little ugly thumbnail took me an hour to make. It took me not an hour of drawing, it took me an hour of thinking, an hour of planning. So anyway, I know exactly what I'm gonna do with the background because I already put about an hour's worth of thought into it. So anyway, that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna fill the background. So that's a big mass. So you're gonna see some Riley action, and then we're gonna end the video there. But guys, check this out. I want your guys' input. Are you ready? So we have an elbow. We have an elbow, right? A bicep. We have a bicep. We have an upper arm and a bicep, and we have a breast, and we have an intersection of upper arm, bicep, and breast. You guys ready? Comment below. How would you handle this intersection? Would you overlap the bicep to the breast? B, overlap the breast in the bicep, put the bicep behind the breast? C, do something in between, kind of in between. So that is the question, guys. Comment below. How would you handle this? Because it seems insignificant, but it's not. And I'm going to tell you why. Number one, it's close to the face. So if a detail is close to the face, it has visual weight. Meaning if I mess up this arm, it will kind of take away from the face, and if you take away from the face, your whole drawing will lose. So that's bad. Number two, it's close to the hands. So the hands, besides the face, the hands have the second most psychological weight to human beings. So because this bicep is close to the hands, I also have to be very I have to draw this well. I can't just sloppily draw this bicep. So that's why I need you guys' input. Comment below. How would you handle this bicep? And you see, this is again what I'm talking about, being thoughtful, right? When you're new and you're not trained, you just draw what, I see a bicep. Oh, I'm going to draw a bicep there. Oh, I see shadow. Oh, right? See, but now I understand that I can't do that. I understand that this bicep has consequences. If let's say, I'm going to overlap the bicep. If I do it wrong, the whole torso will fall apart. If I say, you know what? I want her breast to overlap the bicep. And if that looks ugly, it'll make the arm look bad, which will throw off everything else. So you know what I mean? So this little area has massive consequences. So that's why I'm pausing here. Does that make sense? If you're new, you're like, damn it, Chris, just get to the damn shading. But those of you who have been with me for a while, you know that, especially those of you who have gotten critiques from me, you know that if you screw this up, I'm going to be all over you. I'm going to be like, hey, you screwed up the bicep. Okay, so the answer, really, there is no right answer. The reason why I gave you 3 options is because all 3 will work. All 3 will work. So the question, really, the answer is, which one will serve my story? Which choice, the way I draw this bicep affects my story, right? So now I have to think, which choice will best represent the story that I want to communicate, all right? And I think for me, the answer is C, somewhere in between. I think I want the bicep to be present, but because story-wise, if the bicep overlaps her breast too much, it means that her arm is in a different position, which means the body language will change the story. I know that sounds crazy, but so this is something else that I'm aware of. So I have training in body language. So when the arm is in a certain position, it communicates a different emotion versus if her chest is out more, it communicates a different position, right? So the body language of this arm affects my story. So that's why I'm going with in between. I'm finding a medium, somewhere in between arm dominant body language and chest dominant body language. So there it is. I know you those of you who are still here, you're like, man, I thought I was going to watch a shading action, but I just got a 30-minute body language. He just spent 30 minutes on the damn bicep. What's wrong with this guy? Unsubscribe. I just wanted to watch some shading action. What the hell is he talking about bicep? What the hell? Unsubscribe. I know. It sounds crazy. Like I'm listening to myself talk. I'm like, why the hell did I just spend half an hour on a bicep? It sounds crazy, but it's like, it's important, guys. It's important. I know. It sounds crazy if you're new. It sounds absolutely nuts. Like, why do you put so much thought in the damn bicep? But it matters, guys. It matters. That's what I'm saying. Okay. All right. One last thing. Even this swimsuit strap, believe it or not, this swimsuit strap has consequences, right? If I make it too archy, it will be wrong. If I make it too straight, wrong. If I arc it the wrong direction, wrong. You know what I mean? So even this little tiny swimsuit strap. Now I have to think, okay, what's going on? So what I'm thinking is this swimsuit strap is a hard line. Every line is an arrow. So now I got to make sure that this swimsuit strap communicates movement. I think that's what I'm going to do first, is say, okay, does the swimsuit strap communicate movement? Or how can I make it communicate movement? So I already have an idea. I'm going to do that. So you see, it's like, this is hard work. This is why, this is why this is why draftsmen or people who can draw well, who can also design well, have the potential to make a lot of money and be successful, because it's hard, and they're really two separate skills. The raw draftsmanship is a skill, and the ability to design is a separate skill. It's a separate discipline. So if you're a draftsperson, if you're like me and you like to draw, if you put the hours in the design work, which you just saw me do, which is you just heard me rant for an hour. It's very hard. It's not fun. It's not sexy to look at. But if you're willing to go through that process and build up your design skills, you have the potential to be very, very successful. Especially if you want to pursue entertainment work. Every entertainment artist I know, or that I admire, is wildly successful. Wildly, and I mean both in money and career, and money and work. When I say successful, I mean you're actually making a lot of money with your work, and your work looks awesome. Anyway, that's my rant. I'm trying to justify to the new people. I'm trying to justify why I just spent 30 minutes on the bicep and the bikini strap, because it matters. Those of you who've been with me for a while, you've heard this speech many times. Design matters, and I think that's why the people who like my YouTube, those of you who like my YouTube videos, you probably appreciate design even if you don't know it. That's why my YouTube videos aren't that popular. If you notice, my YouTube videos are quite good in my opinion. They have a lot of information that you normally have to pay a lot of money for. Most of my information you normally have to pay a lot of money to get access to, but I give it to you for free. And I don't, my videos don't get a lot of views. And I think a lot of it is because I spend more time talking about design than the actual this stuff. You know what I mean? It's not sexy. The stuff I talk about is not sexy, really. Design is not sexy. It's quite hard. It's hard. Okay. Oh, I'm seeing some of your comments now. Thank you for the input, guys. All right, so I'm going to wrap up here. I'm going to mass in the background, and then we're going to end the stream. So thank you so much for being here. Those of you who are still with me, thank you for the comments. Here we go. Oh, I told you you would see some shading action. I told you. It's all the way at the end. Those of you who are new, you're probably like, finally, that's what I paid to see. That's what I paid the free to see. I told you. I told you would get it. So this is not, so this is raw draftsmanship. This is not composition. So this is drawing mechanics. And this stuff you can earn. Comment below comment below if you have ever done the 1,000 boxes exercise, where you fill a page, you fill your drawing pad of boxes and you do this. Who has done this? Comment below. You know, this is one of those things which is very boring, not sexy, but it's absolutely necessary. I did this. Kevin Chen did this. Mark Westermo did this. I'm sure Mike Butkus did this. Drew Struzan. Every great artist that you admire who has been exposed to, this American realist drawing has done this. It's absolutely necessary. Because you can't get nice tones unless you practice the dexterity, which is your hand. So this is muscle. So that's muscle. So that's all the body. That's all physical. That's not. Now we're getting into physical work. So this is like 90% physical, 10% mental, or less. Okay, so I just did a quick pass. My fingers are all greasy now. So now I got to reevaluate where I'm at. Reevaluate where I'm at. Take a look where I'm at. See where I'm at. What does my little thumbnail say? Oh, you see here, I was like, should I fill that triangle in with dark or leave it white? So I checked the thumbnail, and you see that? I checked the thumbnail. Oh, I made it dark. So that means I probably made it dark for a reason. I probably put a lot of thought into that. So that's another design thing that has a lot of weight, whether to make that dark or not. All right, there we go. Finally. Let's see. So let's evaluate where I'm at, and then we'll end the stream here, guys. Thank you for. We are fine. We're still in the design stage, so don't get too excited. I still have to move shapes around and things. Even though I put a tone down, I still have to, now we have to go back to the thinking for a little bit here, the hard stuff, the thinking. Oy, I just messed that up. I don't want her to be smiling. I want her to be, it's better. Oh boy. That face is going to be rough. It's going to be tough to draw. Now I have to kind of think a little bit about the tonal composition. I think that's the last thing I'm going to do. I like these stripes. I know the hip is going to be the hot spot. So the hip will be the brightest thing. So what I'm going to do now is just put a little wash over the upper body, just to remind myself. This is not quite the halftone stage yet. I'm just making a note to myself, like, okay, the up here will be darker than the hip, because I can't add white. So this value has to be my brightest bright. So that means I have to knock everything down. You know what I mean? If this was on toned paper, I could add white to show the highlight. But now I can't because I can't. So I have to. I'm giving myself an idea of what it looks like when the hip is the hot spot, the brightest highlight. So that means the legs have to go down. Nine hours a day, guys. I'm going to do that someday. Comment below if I do some kind of in-person master's program and it's 9 hours a day, who would join my program? 9 hours of life drawing with me and some other world-class experts. That would be so much fun. 9 hours of life drawing. Oh my God, that would be fun. I would enjoy it. I think I would be tired. The first month I would probably be really tired, but after a month you would get used to, you would get stronger and you would get used to the hours. God, that would be so much fun, huh? Maybe I'll do that. I'll do a master's program in Asia. So you guys got to fly to me. I live in Asia. Or maybe I'll do it in Europe or Mexico. I don't know. I'll do it in a beautiful country that has like a beautiful beach. So in between life drawings, we can go swimming at the beach. That would be fun. And then we'll eat organic food. Life draw, swim at the beach. Man, that's a day. That's a day right there. I would sign up for that program. I'll call it the Masters in Paradise. Life drawing Masters in Paradise. There you go. If Astrid's here, make a note, Astrid, if you're still here. Masters in Paradise. 9 hours of life drawing, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Anyway, I think we're at a good stopping point here. I am not going to go any further because I really need to step away now. I think we're at a good stopping point. What I'm going to do now is, like I said, I'm going to stop the camera. I'm going to walk away. I'm going to take a break. I need to get away from the drawing. I've been staring at it for too long. My face is way too close. I need to step away. I'm going to use a mirror. I'm going to take a break, drink some water, and I'm going to chat with you guys. So thank you for joining me. Okay, so thank you guys. I'm going to try to go through the comments. Wow. Oh my goodness. Lots of comments. Thank you so much for all the comments. I won't get to everyone here. Wow. I really appreciate you guys. Wow. Randy said lower leg's too long. Yes, I agree. Left leg is shortened. Someone asked a good question. Stuck in said, when you see a tangent, do you design around the tangent? Absolutely. Oh, no. Tangents, we all know tangents are bad. I really can't think of a situation where I would want a tangent. So Corey says just use lasso tool. Exactly. Correct. So, but it's reassuring to see someone is Forever says it's reassuring to see someone still making little mistakes. Heck yeah. Oh man. Forever says, made a good comment, says it's reassuring to see someone as good as you, an experienced artist making mistakes. I remember I saw an interview with Casey Bao. I don't know if you guys, some of you have heard of Casey Bao. He is a world class artist from New York. Beautiful realist artist from New York in America. Casey Bao. He was a protege of Richard Schmid. So Casey Bao is one of the greatest artists alive right now, arguably. He's awesome. And he said in an interview, he said, yeah, I do thousands and thousands of drawings and I will never show my bad drawings ever in public. I said, oh my God. He admitted it. He admitted something that most great artists will never show their flaws, which for good reason. It's it makes you look bad, really, So I'm like, man, I should do that too. I should not show my bad drawings, but then I can never make a YouTube video ever again. Stuck said, this isn't life drawing. I know. This is how we're trying to simulate life drawing. Anyway, rhythm of gesture block in. So, okay, arm in front of body. Manny says sauce at the end. Yeah. Thank you guys. All right. Let's get the heck out of here. I really appreciate you guys. I'm going to end the stream. Tomorrow's stream will be in tomorrow's live stream will be in Instagram. I'll do Instagram live. Thank you guys. I really appreciate the comments. I will see you soon. I'll see you tomorrow. And I think the next YouTube live stream will be Monday. All right. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you in Discord. Take care. Bye-bye.